Hello class! Today we're going to be working on JP2. This is going to be the walkthrough, and let's walk through it. So I'm going to click on Advanced Computer Math 2018 Q2 Older Assignments, and we're going to click on JP2. Notice that there are two assignments here as well. You should be doing those assignments while you're doing the program. So I'm going to click and download. I'm going to go to my downloads by clicking on this folder and right here and dragging this over to my BlueJ and dropping it. So now I'm going to right click compile, right click run it, and it's going to work, and that's what it does. So I see what happens. And so now what I want to do is double click and open this up. And this is what we're going to be working on. First thing you want to do, of course, is change your name. Nate Fenson. We're period 4, JP2, and today's date is, so this is VARs, and today's date, which VARs is optional. It stands for variables. 01/24/18 for today's date, and I delete the rest. I click compile and notice that it changes the name here, and also if I go to the folder that it's in, the name is changed, well, right there. And this is the Java file that I drag into Box to turn in. But anyways, I want to change this, put 1, 2, 3 things that I knew before I started this program that helped me with this program. And yes, they do have to help you with this program. Your post is not Fenson is amazing. It's 3 things that you learned that are not requirements for this program. And the summary is what the program does when you run it. Okay, so we want to read through, so I start the copy and the copy, Control C, go down to 1, read 1, paste, and I need to change the value, so I just change everything to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Change true to false, and I compile and run it, and I also want to change this number to question number 1, so I'm going to delete question number 1. And up here, I want to comment this out because I no longer am using this code, and I don't want it to confuse the crap out of me, because it will. So I compile, and I run the program. And here's number 1, new values for 1, done. Answers are copied from code below. I want to comment that out. In 2, I want to post the code, which I don't know why this is already there. I'm going to paste the code there. And I'm going to say this is 2, and I'm going to delete change number. And what this says is to set my long to this value. So I go to my long, copy this value, and paste. And I put and when I compile this, I get a number is too large. If I scroll up, it shows me that I need to put a L at the end of every long to make sure it's long. If I read the comments, it tells me. So I scroll down and put a L, lowercase or uppercase, doesn't matter, compile, and I get it working. And now when I run the program, the value pops up, but it doesn't change the other values. I want to change the other values, so I want to say my long, and then I want to typecast this to a int, and I do this for all of the values. And of course I don't typecast a float to a int, I typecast it to a float, double, short, and bytes. And now when I compile and run it, it works. Except it doesn't work, it doesn't change it in float. I'm not going to be telling you how to do that. You have to figure that out. Good luck. But then it gives me the double value, the short value, and the byte value. And string and my char aren't changed. So I go back to my program and go to number 3, set my chart at 297. So I paste, oops. I want to go back up here and copy the original copy, scroll all the way down to number 3, paste code below, so I'm going to paste code below. I want to set my chart at 297, so I go my char, set it to 297. And then what I want to do is set my int, float, and double and byte. So int, float, double, and byte, so it's not short and it's not long. To my char, so again we typecast my char, and we typecast. And I'm going to copy and paste this to every value. And we're not doing my string either. And so I'm going to typecast this to an int, to a float, to a double, and to a byte. And when I compile and run this, it still doesn't work, but it should work. I still need to change the number, so I go back and change the number to 3. Compile and run that. So now I can see in my code that it's number 3. If I really wanted to, I could do another print line to help sort this better. Now let's do 2, go big or go home. And I'm going to copy this in front of all the other 2. So now when I compile and run it, it looks all pretty. And so if I see here, I still have my old values, which is weird, and I still have my 297 value for my char, which is the tilde-I. But I gotta make sure the other ones work, and I'm gonna leave that up to you. It's actually quite easy to do once you figure it out. So then what I have to answer is answer in here. So I say, why is this set this to this? Why are these things different? Explain using the term binary in comments like these below, which is right in here. If you actually did the program under JP2, if you click on 221, clicky, 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 click, 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 it's real easy, man. And then you go through this program. If you did this program, you should be able to get number 3 correctly, because, hey, look, number 3, it tells you what to do. It's cray-cray, yo. And then turn it in. It also has compilers. Whoa, it helps you with number 4 as well. That's cray-cray, yo. So go and do that. If you turn that in and get these wrong, that's really, really bad. So we're going to go through number 4. We're going to set my int to a. So we say my int equals single quote a, compile it, and it compiles. That's weird. But something's wrong here. You have to tell me what it is. Then you can comment it out. If you have issues with this, read this website. Then I want to send my int to double quote a. Compile, I get an error message. You have to explain in English, not this English, but English on what's going on there. And then do the last one, my string equals 9. Compile it, compile it, you get an error message, and explain in English, not down the what here, but right in here in English, what is going on. This is how it should look. Move down to number 5. And in number 5, you want to create variables. So I'm going to create variables. I'm going to say char a equals n. I want to copy this. Copy, paste, paste, paste. A, B, C, D, A, T, E. I use this one right here in blue. So I do A, B plus C plus D. However, when I compile and run this, we notice that I get a number, 424. I don't want said number, and I don't want to print this out anymore. So I should say system.print question 5. And now when I run it, I can actually understand. And let's put another print line in here to make this stand out, which you can most definitely do that. It's your program. You can make it look confusing or non-confusing much as possible. So I get 424, which is not what I want. Because if you read right here, so we're going to say the plus space makes it so that it actually works. So now when I compile and run the code, you get an ATE. And now what I want to do is use this code right here, copy and paste. And instead of my char, I want to do A. I want to typecast this A, B, C, D. And I don't need the ending space at the end. I compile and run it, and the program is now done. This is the decimal value of the ASCII values for these corresponding letters. And this is how it should look. All done. Turn it in. Finish the summary, and finish the post. And that's it. Program's done. Have a good one. I will see you later.